Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Jesse from On Aesthetics. Thanks for checking back in. Today I'm switching things up from the regularly scheduled programming, and I'm going to be replacing the fog lights on my Subaru WRX. Now, for about 6 months now, I haven't had any fog lights whatsoever, and I've just been driving with the regular headlights. But now that it's winter, especially with doing trips to the mountain, when you get caught in like inclement weather, especially when it's snowing, it's nice to have those secondary fogs just to light up the lower parts of the road and ensure that you have the best visibility possible. Some people might notice a difference more than others. I definitely do notice a difference. I definitely do miss having the fogs, and I've just put this off for too long. If I'm being completely honest, doing electrical work of any kind is not my forte. It's definitely not my favorite thing to do, but I did change the fog lights out well, when I first got the car. Pretty much it was one of the first things I did, and this is a 2016, so going on 8 years now. And so I know that I can do it. I know I've done it before, and this time around shouldn't be too difficult, especially now that I've got a garage and I can work inside, and I just have some luxuries that I didn't have all those years ago. And for full transparency, this is a sponsored video, the first of its kind on this channel. The lights that I'll be installing were sent to me by Auxito. Bill reached out to me and asked if we wanted to work together on something like this. So shout out to Bill and the people over at Auxito for sending me these LED fog light replacements for my WRX. I'm gonna bust open this box in just a minute here. I'll go over everything that's inside. We'll go through the install together, and then I'll show you the finished results at the end. Now, like I said, I don't currently have any fog lights at the moment. They're just burnt out, so I won't be able to do a before and after, but I'll show you the end results. And I'm gonna try and get together with one of the guys from my local Subaru group who has the stock fog lights in, so at least I can do some sort of comparison. So if you're out there, if you're curious about fog lights or LED replacements, and even more so if you're a Subaru guy or girl, then it's gonna be a great video for you. If you enjoy it, if you learn anything, or if you like content like this, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. That's all I got for now. Let's get this thing up in the air, and let's start changing these lights. So these are the Auxito LED B3F fog lights for Subaru WRX. My WRX is a 2016, and it does not have the eyesight. And so that's definitely something you want to check for when you're selecting your lights. Inside the box, you've got the two LEDs encased in some nice foam just for safety during transport. And these are a direct plug-and-play replacement that should go in nice and easy. The color temperature on these is 6500, so that's on the bright white side of the lighting spectrum. Overall, it's going to be a very bright, white, crisp type of fog light. Now, this might not be totally necessary, and in fact is probably just an abundance of caution, but I'm going to disconnect my battery anytime I'm touching anything electrical when it comes to working on the car. So first things first is getting this portion of the fender liner out of the way, and then we'll be able to access the back of the fog light. This is the driver's side first. So there's just a few pop clips that we're going to remove, and then we'll get this piece out of there. Right up in here is a 10mm bolt with a Phillips head. So if you have a screwdriver, you might be able to get to it, or a deep well socket, or just a standard 10mm on an extension will give you easy access to this right here. So let's take that out. So now that I have those clips and that one screw removed, I just peeled the fender liner back a little bit, and we're going to be working in this section right here. Now you'll see two plugs. The top light is the amber colored light for the blinker, and this bottom one here is the fog light that we're going to be replacing. So on this wire here, you'll see these black and whites running into a plug here, and a tab right where my index finger is. I'm going to squeeze on that and pull the clip off. Should slide off rather easily, and here's our fog light. Removing this fog light is very simple. We're going to give it roughly a quarter of a turn counterclockwise. It shouldn't take much force, and then we're going to pull backwards to remove it. So as I'm checking in from underneath the bumper here, it does take a little bit of wiggling back and forth just to slip it out, but overall it is very easy to take out. So you don't want to twist on this too much, you don't want to pull too hard and risk damaging anything. Go slow and be gentle, and it'll come out on its own. Here is the old, roughly 8-year-old fog light. This is not the OEM light. I don't remember exactly who made these. It might have been OLM, but don't quote me on that. I think I got them from Subi Speed, but it's been a long time. But they lasted a really long time. And this is our new light here. So you can see it has a very similar style clip to it, and structure and everything. So we're going to pop that back in the reverse order. We're going to put the light in, we're going to give it roughly a quarter of a turn clockwise, and then we're going to reconnect the clip on the bottom. I just realized this is part of the old light, so when you remove the light, if this rubber ring stays in there, make sure you remove it. The new light comes with a fresh rubber seal on it. So it's pretty simple. Once you're under the car, it should only take you a couple of minutes per light. Once the light is replaced, connect your battery and don't set the car down yet. Turn your lights on, make sure that everything is working, because you don't want to reconnect everything, put in all your pop clips, screw everything back together, set the car back down, and then find out that you missed something, or maybe something's not tight enough, something's loose, and more or less your light doesn't work. Because then you're gonna have to jack the car up and you're gonna have to start all over again. That's a good sign there. You can see that lower light going on and off. And that means we've got lights again. Check it out, beautiful. Perfect. Obviously, repeat that process on the passenger side as well. The steps are exactly the same. This took me about an hour or so. Most of that was juggling the camera and getting things set up. If you weren't filming this and you've never done it before, you could probably do something like this in about 30 minutes or so. It's really, really easy and simple. Repeat all the process on the other side and button everything back up. If you disconnected your battery, make sure to reconnect the terminal and tighten everything down, and you're good to go. These lights are really easy to install, very straightforward, very simple, and a literal direct plug and play replacement using the wiring and the clips that are already in there. I am gonna pull the car out and let my headlights sort of warm up, because the main headlights take a little while from when they're initially turned on to when they reach their peak brightness. But then we'll look at the front end with the headlights and the fog lights working together and take it for a quick drive to see what the difference looks like.
I get a good feeling, 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 I get a good feeling,
All right, well, so far it's confirmed everything works. Got everything hooked up and both lights are on. I was concerned that they were going to be drastically different from the color temperature of my headlights. I might be able to notice a slight difference, but for most people, I don't think it would be a big deal. When we renovated the interior of our house, we were sitting there with the hi-hats, changing all of the colors, and it felt like every 500 interval or whatever was like a pretty noticeable difference. And we did get to a point where it was clearly like blue in the house, and I know that we didn't like that, but these lights have a very crisp white to them. I like the way it looks. I used to run yellow fogs, which I know is also popular on Subarus. That was just for a hot minute. I like having the matching uppers and lowers and just a crisp white light. I'm gonna spin the camera around. I'm actually gonna go for a quick drive and pick up some salt because the driveway is pretty icy. And so I'll see if I can capture from inside the car what the difference looks like driving without the fog lights and with them on. Well then, there you have it, fog lights fixed. It's always nice having the peace of mind that everything on the car is dialed in and that there's nothing broken, and this was really just that one missing piece as of lately. Click the link in the description below to check out Auxito's website and browse through all of their products. In doing so, I do receive a small commission from any purchases that are made, and so it's a great way for the community to come together to help Ion Aesthetics grow as a business and as a channel so I can continue producing great content about awesome products like this. And as always, if you guys enjoyed this video, if you like content like this, if you learned anything new, hit the thumbs up button, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of the upcoming videos. I'm Jesse from Ion Aesthetics. That's it for this one, guys. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'll see you on the next one.